Hello and welcome to today's I'll start again. Hello and welcome to today's daily live English lesson here on the AM Language YouTube channel with me, Richie. I hope you're all having a very good day. In today's lesson, we're going to look at strange English spelling. Because spelling in English is really weird. Especially when you look at the pronunciation. Irina F., hello, good afternoon, privyet, and welcome, as always, to the daily live lesson. Thank you so much for always being here. Very much appreciated. So, guys, whilst we wait for more people to arrive, behind me, you've got this wonderful wallpaper which is a photo of a part of Malta. And I really recommend you guys go to this area. This place is close to Golden Bay, but it's not Golden Bay. This place is called Antiferha. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to spell this. It's Maltese, but it's very close to Golden Bay, and I really recommend you guys go to the north part of the island. That's where you can see wonderful sunsets, and you've got some you've got some good beaches as well. Perez, welcome to today's afternoon. Thank you so much for joining. Very much appreciate seeing you here again. Katerina Otz, hello, good afternoon. Yes, well done, Katerina. You are correct. It is Riviera Bay over there. This one here on the left is Riviera Bay. Another nice bay that I recommend you guys go to. And Brigitta, hello, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. If this is your first time here, as always, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So in today's lesson, we are going to look at strange spelling. Now, English is a strange language when it comes to spelling because the pronunciation and spelling just don't match sometimes, and it can be really confusing. And you can end up thinking to yourself, why? I don't understand this. Now, I'm going to give you an example straight away. The word is acceptable. Okay, you've got this word acceptable, meaning yes, you can do it, or yes, it's good, we can accept it. But the pronunciation of this word is a little bit strange. Now, the reason why it is a little bit strange is, well, I'm going to show you. It's just, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's about an 8 when it comes to being a weird pronunciation. Rodrigo, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Thanks you so much for joining. Very much appreciated. Now, why is this strange? Well, it's because you've got a, but a is not a. It's a. So the a is an sound already. Then you've got the e. Now I'm happy to say the e is also an sound. Then you've got an a again. But unfortunately, the a is not an a. Acceptable, you've got this strange pronunciation whereby only one of the vowels you actually pronounce as it is written, and that's the e. Now, if you say acceptable, people understand you, but that's not technically the correct pronunciation. The stress is on the second syllable, e. It's accept. So the whole thing is acceptable. So the first a is an Now, when I say this syllable here, okay, this syllable is called the schwa, and simply put, it's the sound. Acceptable, acceptable. So acceptable. And this is why it's strange, and this happens a lot in English. We replace a lot of vowel sounds with what we call the schwa sound, and the schwa sound is this It's a lazy vowel sound. It can be any vowel, and the reason why we do say this is because it is a weak sound, but it can be any vowel. Just never a vowel that is stressed. And this is why a word like acceptable is a bit strange. Only one of the vowels and only one of the syllables is pronounced with the way it is written. And this is because you do not write, it's not a phonetic language. So it's a bit of a strange one. If we were to look at the next one, for example, let's have a look at this. Okay, this might be a new word, and if it is a new word, it's a good word to know. I'll even put it in an example sentence as well. So the next word that I'm going to show you is a word called interchangeable. Okay, now interchangeable, it's a very good word to know, and this is when so just to show you the meaning, very simply, you have two things that can be changed with one another, and there is no difference. So, for example, we can say that wake up and let's go with something. Let's go with two things that are interchangeable. You know what it is? All of a sudden, you forget what the definition. Here we go. You forget your examples. So here's a good example. Okay, you could say, for instance, rubbish and garbage. These two words are interchangeable because they have the same meaning. So you've got rubbish and garbage. You can have, let's go with trying to think of another one. And mine is a bit slow today. You could go with thesis and dissertation. So these words are interchangeable because they have the same meaning. And that's what you're looking at, okay? Two things that mean the same thing, okay? That is interchangeable. So what about the pronunciation of this word? Well, again, this is a very, very, very strange word when we look at the pronunciation. Hello, good afternoon, Alida, and thank you very much for joining. Now, why is this strange? Well, we've got this funny language over here again. Photo and pic. Yeah, photo and pic, that would be an example of interchangeable, something that's interchangeable, Perez. So what are we looking at here? Okay, we have this word interchangeable. The first thing to notice is interchangeable. Okay, yes, that's correct, Perez. So, why is this pronunciation again so strange? Well, it's a few things. It's a few things. Okay, let's take a look at this. First of all, you've got now it's not um, changeable. Okay, that's you've got you've got three categories of this word. You've got you've got change, and you've got able. Okay. So what is strange about this? Simply put, it's to do with the suffix. Okay, it's to do with the suffix. You've got this change plus able. Now you've got two vowels next to each other. You've got E and you've got A. Now, if you were to read this, you might say, do we say interchangeable? I mean, you've got two vowel sounds, but no, this is not the case. In this case, the change and able sound, the E and, so we're talking about the E and the A, are reduced to one sound. And this one sound is, and you probably are going to guess what it's going to be, is this single sound. So that's why it's a bit strange. You've got two vowels next to each other, but all of a sudden, instead of interchangeable, you've just got interchangeable. So just because you see a vowel does not always mean there's going to be a syllable. And this is why it's a little bit strange, because most of the time a vowel is used because there's a syllable. But in this case, we've got two vowels next to each other that just create one syllable. Okay. Now, for the next one, I'm going to give you guys the challenge. Let's go with let's go with this. Okay, let's go with this word. Okay, the word I'm going to go with here is this. Sticking to this. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, I think this would be a good one for you guys to have to think about. I'm going to give you this word here. Okay? What I'd like you guys to do is, can you guess what the correct pronunciation is? Let's see if you can do it. In option A. Okay. I'm going to write it in normal language, and then I'm going to write it in the other type of language, just to, because I'm not going to write it in phonetic language, because I know that you guys aren't going to understand if I just use that language. So that is suspect. Or is it? So you've got two options. Either it's an A, either it's a as in up, suspect, or it's suspect. Now the question is, I'm using this in terms of the verb, okay? To suspect someone, okay? And if you suspect someone, it means you think this person maybe did something. You don't trust this person. Perez says B. If you agree with Perez, please let me know. So you've got this choice. Is it suspect or is it suspect? Suspect, suspect, suspect. I'm using the verb form. So is it suspect, suspect, or is it suspect, suspect, suspect? Okay, all of you are going for B, and B is correct. So at this point, I like to make it absolutely clear. Not just because you see the spelling does not mean you automatically will understand or know what the sound might be. So now let's move on to a different one. And later on, I will show you, by the way, a good site to use. Now, let's look at the next one. Okay, now we're going to move away from that. Alida says, but the adjective form would be A, wouldn't it? You mean the noun form? If it's the noun form, then it would be A, yes. Actually, the noun form, let me just show you what the noun form would look like, okay? If it's the noun form of suspect, the pronunciation changes to suspect, in which case, yes, A would then be correct. So as a noun, Alida, A is correct, but as a verb, it's B. And whilst we're on this, it's important to know that this is quite common when you're looking at a word that can be both, the spelling can be both of the noun and of the verb. If it's the verb, it's going to be on the second syllable most of the time. If it's a noun, probably the first syllable. So it's a good one to know. Now let's look at the next thing. Okay. The question is, first of all, let's see. What's the difference between these two words? Stationary and stationary. What's the difference between these two words, stationary and stationary? I can give you guys a little clue if you guys aren't too sure, but you're looking at a very similar word, a very similar spelling, one slight difference, but then we might be thinking, is the pronunciation the same? That's something to think about as well. Okay, stationary, stationary. Okay. So it's important to have a little think about this. One of them goes with things like, what would be good examples? Some of these things would go well with, like, when you're talking about pens, paper, tape, etc. The other one, B, is that standing still or not moving. So which spelling of stationary goes with A and which spelling of stationary goes with B? What do you think? Which one goes with A and which one goes with B? You've got stationary and stationary. Very similar spelling, but with one slight difference, and that is between the and the at the end of the word. So let's see what you guys think. Stationery is A and stationery is B. Okay, the point is, have you used the correct one first? Stationery is B. See, they've got the same spelling. Sorry, they've got, not the same spelling. They've got the same pronunciation. Stationery and stationery. Okay, so you're saying that A is with an E? With an E? Okay, all of you are coming up with the same answers, so very well done. Yes, A is stationery and B is stationery. So in this case, they have the exact same pronunciation. Stationery, stationery. It's the exact same spelling and same syllable stress as well. So there is absolutely no difference in this case between the pronunciation and the spelling. Okay. And that can be quite annoying when you're not too sure how to spell the word. What's the one I was thinking of the other day? I had another example the other day, but I didn't write it down, which was silly of me. Okay, all right, let's look at some more. Okay, right, that should be about right. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Again, very, very strange. Again, do these two words have the same pronunciation? That's the question. Loud and loud. Okay, and just to make sure you all know what these mean, let's put this into context. Okay. Okay, let's see how you guys do this. So A, B, and then you've got sentence 1 and sentence 2. And this is to help you guys think about, do the words have the same pronunciation? So you have aloud and aloud. And which aloud goes with, you know, she spoke aloud, and which one goes with she was allowed in? Which one do we use for each? Which one do we use for one, and what do we use for two? Okay, and then we have to think: do these words have the same pronunciation? Why should allowed and allowed be the same spelling? No, not same spelling. Have the same pronunciation. One is OW, the other one is OU. So all of you have said one is A and, sorry, all of you have said one is B and two is A. Okay, well, excellent. Well done. Okay, and there you go. And that is what we are talking about when we are looking at things like stranging the spelling. So guys, make sure you like and share the video, and I hope you have all found this lesson helpful. Now, websites. I strongly recommend Macmillan Dictionary. Macmillan online dictionary is a great online dictionary, and I do recommend that. So you can see that in the comment section. If you want to learn more about this topic in terms of unusual or silly English spelling, I invite you to go to this website, which has lots of different examples. So I suggest you go there. Okay, guys, so a big thank you to Brigitta, Perez, Alida, Katarina, and Arena F. Thank you so much for joining. And Rodrigo as well. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and share the language. Oh, and thank you, Alida. Thank you very much. Now, Alida has said, can I ask you something? I read in a book, Many a Night. Is it all right? Is it the same as many nights? Is it formal language? Good question. Let me answer that question for you. Let me think of a context as well. You're welcome. See you tomorrow, Irina. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so many a night. First of all, what is correct? What is wrong? So, can you say many a night? Yes, you can. Many a night is correct. This happened. This happened on many nights. Okay, so I've just got two different sentences here. Okay, so these two have the same meaning and are the object. Okay, so what exactly are we talking about when we say many a night? Many a night. Well, it's a bit of a strange one. What you are actually saying the same thing, but it's not often used. That's what I would say there, Alida. Like you can say this happened many a night, sure, but generally speaking, I would use that this happened on many nights. Now, many a night is somewhat Old English, to be honest with you. It's not frequently used. It's not frequently used in today's world. When would you use it? That would be a good question. When would you use many a night? You would use many a night when you are telling a story and you want to make it more romantic, add some kind of feeling or yeah, if you want to add some kind of feeling to what you're talking about. You would also perhaps use it how else would you use it? Yeah, I would say that's what you would, that's how you would use it. You add it, if you're writing like a story, you might use it. But I would tell you guys, I would encourage you, don't use it yourself. Just use many nights. That's more poetic language. I think that's the best way to explain it. Elia says, thanks, Richard. That's very kind of you. I read it in an Edgar Allan is that poem book, a mystery book, or is that Poe? I think Allan Poe book, a mystery book. Yeah, if it's in the mystery book, then I wouldn't be surprised. Many a night is more poetic language, but it's not what I would recommend you guys use. So a big thank you to Alida as well, Arena F, Brigitta, Perez, Arena F, Katerina, and anyone else, Rodrigo, And anyone else who's watching, thank you so much for joining. Please make sure you like and share the video, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 for another live English lesson. Thank you so much. Take care and bye for now.